Stay tuned for the biggest fish, the hottest bites, this week here on In-Depth Outdoors.
Got it. Look at that. Wow, is that an incredible fish?
Got him.
All right.
Oh yeah. Quality Green Bay fish here.
We're headed to the best fisheries across the upper Midwest and Canada. We'll fish longer, explore unfished bodies of water, and go further off the beaten path in search of the hottest bites in fresh water.
Oh, look at that. What a specimen.
Here he comes, man. Get him.
What a fish.
This is In-Depth Outdoors.
Morning everyone, James Holst here, In-Depth Outdoors. I think we're week 12 of our broadcast season now. That means we've been out here chasing ice fishing shows for 3 months. And we're in another really cold stretch. Not that they've ever actually ended this winter. This morning we're up in Ely, Minnesota. We're gonna do some trout fishing with Ben Putnam, and we're running right again in that 16 to 20 below zero range. So nobody's in a huge hurry to get out of the truck to start loading gear. It's pre-dawn. We've still got some time before the sun's gonna come up. And what we're gonna do today is we're gonna be chasing some pretty fish, some trout. Primarily rainbows, splake, might have an outside chance at a laker. And at this point, we've done a lot of walleye shows, we've done a lot of perch and crappie shows, so we're really trying to mix it up now, show people some different stuff. So what we've done is we came up from the Twin Cities last night, rolled through Ely, and we're about 20 miles north. Once you get north of Ely here, there's just huge numbers of small lakes that are filled, stocked by the DNR with stream trout. Now we're fishing lakes, but they are stream trout in that they're stocked with rainbows, splake, some browns, and they're very active in the winter. And let me tell you, right now with these cold temperatures and the severe winter we've had, the typical species like, the walleye and the bluegill and the crappie have been kind of tough to come by. But these trout stay active all winter long. So it's time for me to gear up, man up, face these cold temperatures, and get out there and get those snowmobiles ready so we can hit the ice. It really wasn't that far of a run to get out to our starting spot, so we didn't cool down too much, but still we're gonna make short work of setup. Ben's gonna do some hole punching, have the auger ready for me once I've got the otter ready to swing over the top, and we're gonna try to get inside the heated check just as quick as we can. So we're out here on a designated trout lake. We're gonna be fishing with Ben Putnam, and what's significant about the designated trout lake is they're managed by the DNR specifically for trout, and that's important because we can't start fishing right as soon as we get out here this morning. We've got to wait for at least an hour before sunrise. They've got some special rules regarding the hours you can fish. It's an hour before sunrise and until 11 p.m. So we're ready to go. I got holes punched, but really all we can do now is auger a bunch of holes for later in the day when we'll get outside the otter. So a little bit of an interesting twist that you don't normally run into when you fish another species. Now there's something I haven't seen in a while, an actual sunrise. It's been too many weeks in a row where I have not seen the sun come up or set in the mornings. It's just been so cloudy and snowy. There he is, bud.
Oh, nice.
There is no warning at all when those fish come in. You need a hand there, fish? Oh, I don't think so. I mean, I'm once around the transducer, but I can fix that. That's a heck of a start.
Yeah, I'd say so.
What do you think, splake or rainbow or brown?
Splake.
I mean, this brings me back. I mean,
yeah.
Trout were the very first fish that I started to fish for growing up in Austin. Austin's southern Minnesota, and there's not much for lakes down there.
Oh yeah.
So we'd run over to southeast Minnesota and do a lot of trout fishing. Rainbows, lots of browns. Here he comes.
Oh.
Rainbow!
Yeah. I guess I was wrong, but that's a beautiful fish, James.
Very pretty fish. I'll start the day that way. Probably about a 14, 15-inch rainbow.
Look at that pink tint.
Gave me a great fight.
Yeah.
That'll keep me in the shack just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think me too.
There's loose. All right, well, I'm gonna let that one go. I'm sure it'd be a great eating fish, but I don't feel like eating fish today, so back you go. Thank you. Yeah, that fish came in. I was at about 6 feet down, 11 foot of water. jigging the lure, not making real, large hops with it. The fish was just there and boom. There was absolutely no, okay, I need to coax or get that fish to do anything. He just came in and just boom, popped it.
Running, gunning.
Running, gunning. Fishing tumbler spoon. You said red's a good color out here.
Love it.
There's not very many lures that get more red than that.
No, so I'd say not. I might even have to try and steal one of those.
That's one. I'll be happy to give you one. That's just got that real glow red back to it. So I figured that'd be a good place to start, and so far so good.
Is that an 1/8 ounce, James?
That is, I believe it's a 1/12 ounce. It's
okay.
kind of an intermediate size. All right, away we go.
I see 2. That's a bigger mark. He's down right about that 10-foot mark. I see him again. He's coming up.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, another one?
They just come in. They are so fast and aggressive. I mean, if you're used to working, walleyes where they're real tentative,
yeah.
That's not this fish. They just come in, same level as your bait, bam, just gone. I like that. You know, I've got all winter. Oh. Nice fight.
Oh.
I can see him down there. He's not that huge, but here, just another rainbow, bud.
Oh man, I have to switch to that red.
I got lots of them. We're talking about, there's 2 different species primarily that we're going to look at catching today. Rainbows like this one, and you've had some big ones, 22s, 23s, 24s, and those are rare, understandably, but huge rainbows. Yeah. That's a beautiful rainbow trout, great colors. There's lots of guys that spend a lot of time with the fly rod trying to catch fish like this. Boy, I tell you what, they get hooked pretty darn good. And that time I had some waxworms on there just to kind of sweeten the deal. I had a couple fish that came in under it, gave it a look, and swam off. So I'm not above sweetening the deal a little bit with some meat and giving them what they need to latch on. So we're gonna let him go. Again, they're fantastic to eat. It's a put and take fishery here. It's a designated trout water. The DNR manages it by stocking. I wouldn't have any guilt about taking these fish home. However, this one gets a free pass today, and a heck of a fight. Whew, gone. At some point today, I'm hoping to poke my head outside the otter and maybe get to fish out there on the ice.
Craftsmanship and precision are just words until you add driving passion and a knowledge of what defines rod building excellence. Tuned up custom rods are built with a perfect blend of rod balance and action. A truly custom experience achieved only with the highest quality materials, from the handle to the last guide and every thread wrap in between. It's these components, along with an attention to detail, that makes our custom ice rods a tuned up custom.
Well, I just started out here with the VMC Tumbler, and I'm marking some fish right on the bottom. Just gonna see if I can get this one here to, yep, there we go. Oh, wow. Oh. Get this out of here. Oh, there he goes. Saw the ice. Oh, that's got a little bit of weight to him.
You need a hand over there, bud?
Oh, he's caught right under the hole here. Whoa. Hey, James, this is a nice fish. Not bad for the start of the day, huh?
No, not at all. I just had one flash through when I reeled mine up to come over and give you a hand.
Oh man, these things just, oh, that water's cold, but. James.
Oh, is that one of those splake?
Beautiful splake. These things are so hard to get a hold of. I got the pink UV tumbler.
I haven't seen one of those things in, boy, 4 years maybe, 4 or 5 years.
Hooked them right in the nose.
Right in the schnoot? Oh, they're beautiful fish.
Let me get it unhooked here.
Very nice. That's about average size then on the splake?
Lately, yeah, this has been the average size, a good, 16, 17 inches.
Nice. I could see he gave you a heck of a fight.
Yeah, he didn't like coming up to the hole, that's for sure.
I want one. That looks like a great fish.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I think the wife might appreciate this here. It's almost as beautiful as she is. Take a look at the colors in that fish. Just a gorgeous fish. This one it's perfect size for baking, so I'm gonna bring this one home with me. And yeah, this one's going right on the ice. Let's get my hands warmed up and catch some more.
The heat is on in the otter if you want to warm up. Yeah. I think it's a little rainbow. Man, are they just nuts. Oh, it's a nicer rainbow. Look at this. That's a nice fish. Come here, you squirgly little bugger. I was just about ready to go warm up my hands. I caught a couple smaller rainbows, got my hands wet, so I was feeling a little chilled, and that guy come just racing in. Beautiful, beautiful fish, dark colors. See if I can get a hold of him in a manner that will allow me to hold him, because they are so squirmy. There we go. Just beautiful pink colors, small rainbow, you know, not a big fish by any means. Most of the fish, Ben was telling me, will be running in that 14 to 16 inch range on the rainbow side. The Splake run bigger. This guy here, a little short, but tons of fun. Later, bud. Whoop. Like a dart. Now I'm gonna go warm my hands. We've got the otter warming shack all set up to deal with situations just like this. I'm good and wet. That's not a good thing.
I just saw a blip down on the bottom, so I'm gonna drop down a little further and see if I can convince that one to bite here. And yeah, he's coming up for it. There. Ooh. You know, James, I think I got a rainbow here.
Nice.
That wasn't even the one I was marking. Whoa. Yep. Oh, it just circles around the hole. They do not want to come up. Oh. Hey, James.
Yo, bud.
We've got a free bird out there that likes tumblers.
Free bird?
Yeah. I must have just barely hooked them. Yeah, he hit the bottom of the ice there. He was just doing circles around the hole and must have popped right out. Yeah, so you know, for the most part, the rainbows have been coming in suspended. They're looking up at the top of the ice for the bugs, and the Splake are going to be, you know, cruising around on the bottom more. So when I see a mark on the bottom, I'm usually guessing that's a Splake. This one here was actually a rainbow that was cruising around on the bottom. So that it confused me, but man, when they hit those rainbows, you can tell the difference between a Splake and a rainbow with that hit. You know, that one got away and free to fight another day, but you know, we're going to go get some more too. So I'm not worried.
Well, if you don't mark them, you can't catch them.
Not always true, James.
What's that?
Sometimes you don't see those rainbows.
No. I was just making a funny that apparently was not very funny.
This winter, VMC takes ice fishing by storm with the release of 5 new jigs and 4 new spoons. Based on innovative fish catching designs, VMC spoons and jigs come in an array of ultra glow colors and realistic natural patterns you need to be successful out on the ice. Forged from top quality materials, all VMC jigs feature a 90-degree hook eye and VMC's unique power gap designed to greatly increase hooking percentage. Find VMC's line of ice tackle at all quality sporting goods stores and online at vmchooks.com.
Oh, there he is. I got that one on the plastic. I switched.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, well, I mean, I had fish come in and look at that spoon, and I went to a red plastic here.
Need a hand there, James?
No, I got him. It's a Splake. Awesome. Here he comes. Here we go. That's just a waxtail. Glow red head, blood red body. He was way up off the bottom.
I might have to try one of those.
They're so sneaky, man. I mean, you hold your bait still, and all of a sudden, your line, you know, your target line on your markham will just go boop, just a little bit, and he's just staring at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing more simple than that. But I had 2 fish in a row that come in and took a look at that spoon that we were getting fish on earlier.
Yeah.
They'd come in as soon as you move it, just like you mentioned. As soon as you move it, you know, poop, they're gone.
Gone.
Never come back. That's a beautiful fish. Just beautiful orange fins. Cross between a lake trout and a brook trout. Now I've caught some pretty nice ones up in Ontario. 25, 26, 27, 28 inches.
Yeah.
I don't expect to get one that big. I'd love one that big, but you know, that's a nice fish. I'm gonna let him go. Bye, buddy. And here's what we got that fish on. You know, we've been talking this morning about the forage that these fish are keying on. And Ben mentioned that they do a lot of feeding on aquatic insects. So I just figured that I got those fish this morning on a glow red tumbler spoon. So I gave a try to, put on a glow red wax tail, and of course the color pattern matched. Looks like a bug, and that splake ate it. Well, I'm gonna need to do a little warm up here. And while I do, I just want to talk about the area here. We're just outside the boundary waters. And of course the boundary waters is no motorized travel. There's so many lakes though outside of that restricted area. We're just north of Ely here, and there's just dozens of lakes to choose from that are drive-to access. We had a little snowmobile ride, but this lake is so small that you could actually just pull out by hand if you kept things light. So it's definitely one of those areas where the lakes are small, they're frequent, and getting on the water themselves is very easy. And of course, once you're out here, the scenery is just incredible. Now we are here on a Monday, so there's not a lot of traffic, but even if you come on a weekend, don't expect these lakes to be crowded. This is just a very lightly traveled area, and if you get into the boundary waters where you do need special permits and you're going to have to walk in, of course, traffic there is non-existent, and the fishing's probably even a little better. That was fun stuff.
Oh, I got one chasing. Oh, I just got slammed.
You got a good one?
Yeah, James. It's just beautiful out here, and we're the only ones on the lake.
There's one right there.
Oh, there he's thumping at the hole again.
Well, I would assume your favorite time to be out here doing this is in March, isn't it?
Oh yeah, by far. Whoa.
Hit it, come on.
Oh, there he is. It's coming up backwards. There. You just can't get a grip on these guys. All right. So I was gonna switch to one of those bugs, but you hadn't even hardly gotten your fish back in the hole. And and he just came up and just smoked that flash champ. I'm using the rainbow trout on a 132 ounce.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I think the size is playing a part here. I was using that larger tumbler, and that worked great in the morning when they were a lot more active. But now that we need to kind of, trick them into biting, and I think downsizing a bit has really helped us get more fish.
Yeah, that's about the same size as the one I had, but nice fish.
I think your last one was bigger than this one for sure.
I'll take it if you'll give it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's amazing how hard they fight. I mean, you get so used to, just because it's a 14-inch fish doesn't mean it's, not going to fight real well.
Yeah.
They're just rockets. So what are the limits on the trout up here?
You get 5 and only 3 over 16.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm gonna put him with the other here.
Nice job, man. Yours was still bigger, buddy.
Yours had more color.
Honda power and reliability have been combined with StrikeMaster's legendary ice cutting technology to produce the 35cc Honda Light. Powered by a powerful and efficient engine, the 35cc Honda Light offers first pull reliability and weighs in at a feather-light 23 pounds when equipped with an 8-inch laser auger. This winter, pick up a Honda 35cc Light from StrikeMaster, the most reliable and fastest cutting 4-stroke auger on the ice.
There he is.
You got another one, James?
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh.
I raised that fish up to about 4 feet below the ice. They're just little devils.
What you got on there? You're not still using that tumbler, are you?
I put it back on, man.
Oh my.
Hey, if it works, it works. Nice rainbow.
Ah, nice looking rainbow.
Not a giant by any means, but a very, very nice fish. Kind of my reward for punching tons of holes.
While you were out punching those, I was looking for that tumbler. I was trying to find where you hit it.
Go, buddy. Very, very nice rainbow. Beautiful, beautiful fish. I feel like I've won a marathon or something here by catching this little rainbow trout. I'll let that one go. Bye, sweetheart. Ooh, I'm gonna need some more wax worms. Bait up. I'm not going back to warm up. I'm getting angry at these fish. And I'm kind of starting to feel like maybe we've got a pattern together here where we can put some more on the ice.
Hey, there's some weight on this one. Oh, some nice head shakes. It really comes in handy when, when a fish thumps like as much as this one does. If you let any slack in that line, they can shake that hook. This one just is not want to come up. There he is.
Another splake?
No, that's a rainbow. I thought it was gonna be a splake. Oh, look at the size of that one. Woo-hoo. Well, this one's gonna, oh wow, James, look at the color on this fish. I mean, just a beautiful fish. It's got this red, this deep red stripe down the middle that you don't get to see on a lot of these rainbows here.
Oh, that is a nice fish.
Yeah.
You'll get those 23, 24 inches out here?
Oh yeah.
I know it's a rare fish, but
Yeah, and even bigger. But I mean, this is just, oh, this is a beautiful fish.
well done. Minnow jig, huh?
Yeah, the minnow jig, I just switched to that.
I think I might try one of those minnow jigs in rainbow trout pattern.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna waste any time here. I'm gonna try and get back down and get another one, James. There she goes. See, James, that one will be 22, 23, maybe even 26 someday.
Yeah. Whoa. Man, you got, when they come in, you've got no warning. Get that out of there.
Is that one on the bottom, or?
No, I've just kind of given up on those bottom fish. I'm staying down about 9 foot and 22 foot of water.
Okay.
That's why I get no warning. This is a nicer fish, I think.
It looks like it. That rod is bending like crazy. Do you need a hand?
Nope, I got it. I got the transducer out, so I'm so good.
Okay.
Once you get to the bottom of the hole, the fight just starts. They do not want to give up that last couple, 3-4 feet. There, sweetheart. It's a splake,
Oh yeah?
not a giant. Nice fish though. You know, fighting these things on crappie gear is a riot.
Yeah.
Nice fish. There's that splake. Half brook trout, half lake trout. Based on the way they fight, I'd say that there's a lot of lake trout left in these fish. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Ben says they're just amazing to eat. I don't feel like keeping any trout today. I love to eat them, but just don't feel like it today, so I'm gonna let them go. Nice fish. Well, we're losing light levels and the temperature's dropping fast. You know, it's not been comfortable out here today at all, but it's kind of looking like it's time for us to skedaddle before we freeze in place. So, you know, before we go, I just want to tell everybody about what Ben Putnam does up here for a living. I think it's a pretty cool job. And what he does is he helps people plan fishing trips. Your job at Timber Trail is basically to make sure people come up and have a great experience. And that to me is a very cool job. So if you watch today's show, and if you've ever had any interest in catching stream trout up here in the lakes or any of the species that are prevalent up here in the Ely area, this is your guide to call and talk to, get your questions answered, and plan your next trip. Ben Putnam works at Timber Trail Lodge. He's a wealth of information, and the next thing I'm going to ask him to do is to help put us on some giant bluegills later in the winter, because there's one sitting over the counter in the lodge that's got to be 13 inches long. It's
big.
I've never seen a bluegill that big in my life. So that'll be something for later in the winter. For right now, we got to go. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week. Let's go, man. We're cold.
For more info on the latest fish reports, gear recommendations, and hottest techniques, connect with us online at indepthoutdoors.com or follow us on Facebook at In Depth Outdoors. And if you enjoyed today's show, be sure to let our sponsors know.